Hi, guys. Welcome. This is Toni Forsyth. Welcome to the 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond. I just wanted to introduce myself in case you don't know me or haven't heard my background, and give you a little bit of my background. I am first and foremost a wife and a mother to three amazing little boys. I say little, they're getting bigger. They're 5, 9, and 12, just turned 12, and they're very active. We are a super active family. I am also a family nurse practitioner. I graduated I've been a nurse for over 20 years and have been in every area, ER, ICU, retail health. I actually have a master's in informatics and worked as a product manager for a big healthcare informatics company, and traveled and did some of that. And then I came back to patient care. I ended up getting my family nurse practitioner. I graduated in 2007, and from here, KU. So I got really, really sick in 2008. I was very traditionally trained originally in my nurse practitioner program, and I ended up, basically we're trained to see certain symptoms and prescribe medication in response to, those symptoms. If that doesn't work, prescribe something else. If that doesn't work, refer, or you get the picture. So in 2008, I got very sick, and I grew up with my dad, who was Mr. Kansas bodybuilder in 1985, my mom and dad. And while he was, that was during that low-fat, no-fat craze, so it was okay to, eat a box of SnackWell's cookies, but God forbid if you were to eat an avocado. That's kind of how I grew up. So I always believed, we didn't really believe in supplements. I always just believed it was calories in, calories out. I carbed up. I was a carbaholic, and lived on Fruity Pebble cereal and that sort of thing while my dad was eating liver and onions and raw eggs. I was not going to eat that. So I ended up becoming a runner, and I was running some half marathons. After I had my second baby, something got into me. I don't know why, but I was actually still nursing, and I wanted to do a triathlon. So I trained for a triathlon. And the evening I completed my triathlon, that evening I got horribly, horribly sick, and this was in 2008. I ended up having just the whole flu-like symptoms, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea that first evening, and then I ended up with bronchitis, later on that week, and then I ended up with horrible shingles on the right side of my face that, believe it or not, jumped over to my left shoulder. Nobody ever believed me. Down my left arm, I felt them going into my left hip and down, out my leg, very painful. And the only, I had a gum on my right side. My gums kind of would slough off when I brushed my teeth. That was the only outbreak, if you will. So right after that, I started having horrible nausea, debilitating nausea. And long story short, it was about, I got through 3 hospitalizations, every test known to man, CT scans, Pipetta scans, you name it, and I had lost 35 pounds off of a very thin frame anyway. I was filling out my will in the hospital. My father-in-law said, as we reflected back on this, he said, I think that must have been what they call wasting away a long, long time ago. And finally, one night I was crying to the nurse, and I thought, I was a new nurse practitioner, so I was, knew enough to be dangerous. I joke. But when you're sick, you'll do anything to figure out what's wrong. And my husband and I were just looking at everything. I mean, he was taking care of our 2 little boys at the time who were not even 1 and 3. And so I was crying one night to the nurse, and I said, I think I know what it is. I think it's viral gastroparesis. I think my stomach's paralyzed. And I had an internist at the time, and he said, Toni, I know you think you know what it is, but that's so rare. That just doesn't, I have a whole slew of diabetic patients in my practice, and I don't have one case of gastroparesis. So after pleading with him, he finally did the gastric emptying test, and sure enough, it came back that a normal stomach empties in about 2 hours, I think he said. He had to call me and tell me that mine was 6+. It wasn't even registering. So I was on all these different medications. I was on a wait list for a motility doctor up at KU. At the time, I think they said there was only like 9 in the country or something, but I was on a wait list for 6 months out to see if I was eligible for a pacemaker on my stomach. I had all the side effects from all the different medications, and a friend of mine I've known forever and ever, but she kind of comes in and out of my life, and she happened to come in my life at that time, and she's a nurse practitioner, and she said, would you consider alternative medicine? And I said, I'll fly to California and be hypnotized if that's going to help. And so, I grew up in a town where, again, we didn't believe in any of the supplements. We called our chiropractor the quackopractor. And so, on a wing and a prayer, I went to a chiropractor who was actually trained in functional medicine. I didn't even know what functional medicine was. And within 3 months, I was completely, through a lot of nutrition, some acupuncture, a lot of supplementation, to include, I had severe adrenal fatigue. When I stood up, my blood pressure dropped to 60/30. But within 3 months, I was off all my meds and completely, I would say 150%, way better than I even was before. And I became obsessed with functional medicine. And as a nurse practitioner in the state of Kansas, I have to practice with an MD or a DO. And so I went hunting for a one of those that I could practice that believed in what I believed now. And I didn't even know what that looked like, but I ended up finding my current collaborative physician, and I've been with her ever since. We joke and say I stalked her until she gave me a job. But it was really, through that time that I learned a lot about, and since then, I'm officially getting certified in functional medicine through the Institute for Functional Medicine, and I have a passion, and I'm on a mission to teach people, as many people as will listen to me, about this, about how it's life-changing, and I see it every day at work. I see these people's lives are changed every day. And so throughout the 30 days, I try to incorporate some patient stories in there, anonymously, of course, that I've learned along the way and that I hope will inspire you, whether, again, you're in good health and just want to stay there, or maybe it's just you want to lose some weight. I teach people to think differently about sustainable and healthy weight loss, or maybe you do have a condition that you want to improve. And so I'm, again, super passionate about this. I'm excited that you have joined the 30-day program. I think the real foundation of all of this is listening to the Disease Delusion. It's about an hour and 15-minute presentation, and then throughout the month we'll have different calls. Usually about 2. I'll do that Disease Delusion first, and then you should listen to the Getting Started call right there afterwards. I use Arbonne as a vehicle. I love their products, and I use it as a vehicle to reach as many people as I can with this type of information. So, again, for this kind of content, I think they charge $150 for me for 30 minutes where I currently work, and I think I provide about 6 hours of content throughout the month. So it's a phenomenal deal. The content is free. It's just use of the product which benefits you. So, again, I look forward to getting to know you all. If you have any questions, please reach out. We've got an amazing Facebook group. If you're not already in, please look for Toni Lamb Forsyth and that's Lamb like the animal, and Forsyth, Forsyth with no E, on Facebook. And you're always welcome to email me as well at Toni, Toni, Forsyth, F as in Frank, OR, S as in Sam, YTH, @hotmail.com. And let me know your story. Let me know your goal. Let me know if you have any questions, anything. I would love to hear from you. So, again, have a wonderful 30 days. I look forward to helping you through this and learning more about you. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.